Hello everyone and welcome to this video. We want to go through some extra tips about working with the bike rig. I have imported some mesh from Quixel. If I open it and show the simple collision, you can see there is none. If I show the complex collision, you can see it has it. All the assets you import into Unreal will have a complex collision no matter what. But the simple collision needs to be created. So, I decided the rig should detect complex collision so you guys don't worry about creating simple collision for your meshes. But what if you want something to become invisible to the wheels? Because you cannot remove complex collision from a mesh. Well, in that case, you can do multiple things. The first is to add the actor tag. You can do this for any mesh or blueprint in your level and it will apply only to that instance in the level. To do that, just select your actor in the level, in the Details panel search for the tag, and under the actor tag, not the component tag, add a new tag, enter Ignore Trace, and hit Enter. This is very effective when you have multiple meshes inside a blueprint and you want to make them invisible to wheel tracing, but if I bring another instance of the same mesh, you can see it's still detected. We can disable the collision on all instances of a mesh. To do that, just open the static mesh, scroll a bit down, and here in the collision presets, instead of block all, select no collision. Let's see the bike when we do that. And any other instances of that mesh will be ignored too. If you have painted some foliage using the foliage paint tool, don't worry about disabling collision because it is set to no collision by default, but you can change this to block all if you want. The next tip is for modular bike meshes. I have separated the parts of my bike body here. If I open my blueprint and select the body component, you can see I only have one input for the mesh. So, this is how we can set multiple meshes here. First, I will set one of the meshes here, and then select the body component, drag all of the other meshes, and drop them on it. This way, they will be added as new static meshes to the blueprint and attached to the body component. Since all of these meshes share the same pivot, they will assemble correctly. So, the key point here is they share the same pivot, otherwise, you should spend a lot of time assembling them by eye. You can also leave the body component mesh empty and attach this mesh as well. Moving on, let's say instead of 5 parts for the body, you have thousands of them. If you want to attach all of them to the body component here, this list will be crazy long. So, a cleaner approach will be first assembling them in another actor and then attaching that actor to the body component. Let's create an empty actor. Then open it and drag all your meshes there, compile and save. Now we have this assembly blueprint. Instead of attaching all the parts to the body component, we can attach this blueprint to it. Let's do that. You can see the bike broke. That's because when we added meshes here before, they were automatically ignored by tracing, but that's not the case for blueprint actors. We need to add the tag to the assembly blueprint to make it invisible to the wheel tracing. Remember, add it under the actor tag, not the component tag. And now it's fixed. What I did for the body can be done for any component like the wheels or the steering handle, but remember, for the wheels, the blueprint needs the outer part of the wheel so it can use its diameter in calculations. Make sure you don't leave the mesh for wheel components empty. Just set the outer part of the wheels for the meshes and then attach any extra mesh or blueprint you want to them. That's it for now.